good afternoon. Welcome to This Week in Renewables, your bite-sized roundup of the renewable stories over the last 7 days. Wind, hydropower, solar, hydrogen, anything renewables we discuss. I am your host, Mr. Deji Ogunshola, the voice you can trust. Please don't forget to do all the good stuff, the like, comment and sharing. It really does help with the visibility of this podcast. As always, keep it green, keep it clean. Today, we're going to start off with some solar energy news. And starting off here in the UK, and Amberside and CIP are to develop UK solar and battery storage projects. Amberside Energy and Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners, otherwise known as CIP, on behalf of its flagship fund, have partnered to develop 2 gigawatts of solar and battery storage projects in the UK. Under the term of the partnership, CIP's flagships fund will provide the capital for the project development with the ambition of creating a portfolio of scale that will over time have the projects in operation, construction and operational maintenance. Amberside Energy will continue to lead origination and development activities for the solar battery storage projects, while CIP will contribute to the expertise of procurement, structuring and financing renewable energy projects. So really interesting news for this good partnership between Amberside Energy and CIP. I think this is 2 weeks in a row that I've spoken about Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners, so they definitely seem to be doing very big things this year in 2023. More news here on the docket, and this time Danish partners to invest in 800 million EU solar. Better Energy and Interesting Pensions have agreed to jointly invest 800 million in the construction of 15 solar farms across Europe. The projects precisely are going to be located in Denmark, Poland and Sweden, and are planned to be operational by the end of 2024. They will have the combined capacity of 1 gigawatt. Interestingly, the 2 companies already own, or I should say have already partnered together previously for 21 solar parks in a separate partnership, and have invested around 670 million euros combined to date. So really, really interesting news. More news on the solar side, and Iberdrola, the Spanish company, they have won their first French floating solar project. More news here. The Iberdrola was awarded its first project in France, a total capacity of 25 megawatts. This was following a call of tenders issued in 2022 by the Kirstenhouse municipality in Alsace. The floating solar plant will be developed, built and operated by Iberdrola on the basin of the Bishwala gravel pit, part of which is owned by the municipality of Koushaus. The site itself is to be operated by Equum Guelats, which extracts and markets sand and gravel of Alevin origin. During the construction and the operational phase of the plant, Iberdrola will consider the presence of these activities and ensure that their continued operation. The floating solar power plant itself will occupy an area approximately 13.5 hectares of the 28 hectares available on the site. So really interesting news there regarding this floating solar project. Be very interested to hear more in terms of how that project progresses. Moving on to the wind energy side of things, looking at what we've got here in the docket, Netherlands, very interestingly. The Netherlands have last year have recorded the highest onshore wind growth. This was according to figures. 2022 was the biggest year for onshore wind capacity additions. The country installed approximately 936 megawatts last year, taking total cumulative installed capacity to 6,223 megawatts. Really good achievements. The record year of installations for the Netherlands also meant that they finally reached a target set out in its 2013 energy agreement of 6 gigawatts of installed onshore wind by 2020. So really good news. The Netherlands itself in 2022 was the highest year on record for total new onshore wind and offshore wind capacity additions, where year 2020 and 2021 were boosted by offshore wind capacity additions. So really good news there on the wind side. More news on the wind side here, and this is more reported into a recent article which stated that investments in wind energy are down. So despite all this massive additions and growth across Europe, actual monetary investments were down. And Europe must get the market design and green industrial policy right. Now, it's reported here that the investments fell in 2022, and this was orders for new wind turbines were down for 47% as well, and this is on 2021. Now, the main problem has been cited as inflation, with costs rising at a higher rate than prospective revenues. Investors are being turned away by unhelpful nations' interventions in electricity markets. Now, the article does state that the EU must make Europe an attractive place for renewable investments again. I very much agree with that. The forthcoming market design proposals must address this. The fall in investments and the turbine orders is also compounding the problems faced by Europe's wind energy supply chain. The Net Zero Industry Act cannot come soon enough. So really interesting to hear that although many countries were reporting installations were high, in terms of physical investments, monetary value and orders, they were down in 2022. So really interesting. Just to kind of give some note on this particular article, Wind Europe latest data on wind turbine orders in Europe 2022 does paint an extremely worrying picture. Total orders for new wind turbines in 2022 fell by 47%, and the EU saw only 9 gigawatts worth of new turbine orders. This reflects a fall in new investments in wind energy that were announced last year. The first 11 months saw final investment decisions for only 12 gigawatts of new wind farms. Very interesting. That, my friends, is this week in renewables, just on the wind and solar side. Before I finish off, it's important to mention on the wind side, the annual Wind Europe event has been announced to take place in Copenhagen, 25th to the 27th of April. I will be there for sure. Program is now available and registration open. For those who are unaware, the Wind Europe annual event brings together the leading voices in the wind industry, and it's been done every year. I think last year it was in Spain, Bilbao, and this year it's in Copenhagen, Denmark, the birthplace of wind energy, some would say. So really interesting an event to go to. As I said, the program is online. Over 400 companies are exhibiting. 10,000 people will be there. So it's going to be a great event for all those in the wind industry. And yeah, look forward to seeing you there in the coming months. Otherwise, that, my friends, ends this week in Renewables, a short one. As usual, keep it green, keep it clean. Have a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Goodbye.